Good day, it's Eggk. Let's take a look at the High Grade M9 Gernsback, a model kit released by Bandai in 2019. The Gernsback is an arm slave from the Full Metal Panic series, and this version specifically is seen in the 4th season, Invisible Victory. Don't worry though, no good company would let a mold go to waste, so Bandai has also released the Gernsback in the classic gray colors, as well as Melissa Mao's custom with the command fin. But today we'll be taking a look at the Aggressor Squadron version, so let's get right into it. The Gernsback comes in a normal size high grade box with a lot of smaller runners inside. Unboxing this kit is a bit weird because there are a lot of duplicates. I thought perhaps Bandai gave you a choice of what shade of blue to use, but no, this is their slightly wasteful way of giving the kit a two-toned color scheme. The B, E, and I runners are given to us in both light blue and normal blue. The instructions indicate what color to use when, so it's all pretty clear. The end result has nice color separation, but an assload of unused parts. Kit Basher's heaven, Ziploc bag hell. The F runner is in the normal shade of blue, so you can't quite do the entire kit in light blue in case you were wondering. The build of the Gernsback is fairly fun. It goes together well, although some minor problems do arise when you get past the chest and head. The arms connect through a vile and repugnant polycap fold-out joint. This makes them loose, and one of the arms on my kit is extremely prone to popping off. I lost a small shred of sanity each time the arm popped off while I filmed this review. The shoulder pads might feel a bit floppy at first, so make sure you have it pushed in all the way and it should lock into place. The feet are quite hollow, and Bandai did this filthy thing where they left a gap in the front of the foot instead of putting a dark piece behind it. That's just lazy. When I completed the kit and stood it straight up, I thought, man, this looks kinda weird. I mean, this is just the design of the Gernsback, but the really wide hips on an otherwise lanky frame, it's just an odd look. The hips themselves feel a bit incomplete, and there's something about the whole waist section that just looks a bit off to me. I'll admit I was a bit disappointed when I put this kit together, but suddenly, I realized Bandai's true intention with this model. Posing, what the hell's that? Posing. Once you start to get the Gernsback into a dynamic pose, it suddenly looks a whole lot cooler, and wait a minute, what is that? Okay, that's better. Anyway, this model is made to be posed. There's some really nice engineering, like the joints in the ankles. You can do this great side by side and also move them backwards on a hinge. The shields and the shoulders have a really nice hinge as well. This kit almost feels good to mess around with, but those shoulders are just disgusting. It's a shame that so much effort was put in to make this a really mobile kit, and Bandai just threw those archaic polycaps in there. In terms of detail work and panel lining, I overdid it. I thought I'd put in black paint for the thick channels and other details, but I wish I'd just used panel liner instead because it really doesn't work with the lighter colors. It's too much contrast and it just stands out too much for my taste. I'll admit I didn't put a ton of heart into this kit and do all the detail painting, but it does look pretty good out of the box. The sticker sheet though, kinda made me cry at night, not gonna lie. I mean, it's really not that bad, but when I see those multicolored stickers with the outlines on them, I kinda feel my heart free falling down an endless void. Honestly though, I don't feel like the kit needs these stickers. It's easy enough to paint the visor green and do yellow on the side of the head, and as far as the one in the back of the leg goes, it looks pretty good without it, so it's up to you if you want to use a sticker, paint it, or just leave it. The Gernsback is a really well sculpted kit with a lot of detail, but be really careful that you don't overdo it. Now, for the loadout of this kit. We're gonna be here for a bit. AK-47 looking gun. some SMG with extra attachments like long barrel, handle thing, and grenade launcher, sniper rifle with bipod attachment and scope, small knife, big knife in sheath. I wouldn't call this kit light. The sheer amount of weapons almost make it worth the steep price point, and yes, we'll get to that. You can do all sorts of cool poses until the arm pops off. If you remove the drop seat flap on the butt, then you can peg in the knife or Eggk, which both have their own little holdy claw things. The knife can also peg into the side of the leg. When you're done camping the spawn at Valhalla, then you can fold up the sniper and store it in the back as well. These weapons are really well done and give the kit a lot of possibility in terms of loadout and posing. But that terrible polycap joint in the shoulder makes it a bit unfun because it keeps popping off. Everything is here for you to have a great fun posable kit, but I gotta look into how to fix this, man. As a side note, this kit only comes with 2 sets of hands, fists and open holding hands. For a size comparison, here's the Gernsback next to a normal high grade and master grade gunpla. It's about as tall as something like the high grade Eggk, but not nearly as bulky. Can you tell that the same guy designed these two? Well, of course you can, because he likes these tiny feet that make the kits hard. If you have any of the Aoshima Full Metal Panic kits, then I'm sorry, your Arbalist is in a different scale. Bandai's kits are 1/60th and Aoshima's are 1/48th. Wait, so that means it's the same scale as a perfect grade. Yeah, the arm slaves are a lot smaller than Gundams. Well now, you can't walk away from the price you pay. The Gernsback costs twice that of a normal high grade due to licensing. Is it worth it? Well, it's you who decides. The weapon loadout is nice, but the camphor has a lot of firepower too, and that was cheaper. I mean, there's a lot of parts here, but it's not as complex as something like a real grade, which on average is cheaper. Now, I'm just basing this on Canadian prices, and you know what our Monopoly money's worth. This kit goes for like 50, oh god. Well, it's almost as cheap as a small pizza from Pizza Hut. So, pros of the Gernsback. It looks nice, it's mostly fun to pose, it has a great loadout, color separation is awesome out of the box, it's well detailed, and it looks better in person than in pictures. Cons of the Gernsback. The price, amount of leftover parts, hollow feet, and repulsive polycap fold-out shoulders. Maybe you can use the extra parts for something, or you're really like, oh man, robot with a sniper? How'd that shit to cart? But either way, I can't wholeheartedly recommend this kit unless you're a fan of Full Metal Panic. I have some mixed emotions here, and hopefully you can decide from what I've shown if this is a model for you or not. I guess this is just a melancholy kind of video for me, I don't know. But that's all I gotta say here. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want. Perhaps check out my Instagram page, Egg Farm. I post nonsense and lots of it. Alright then, I'll see you guys later.